People, at times, create beautiful and unusual things that are enjoyed not only by their contemporaries, but also by many generations of grateful descendants, admiring the art and imagination of some of these outstanding people. Millions look at their work with their mouths open in surprise. Dozens or even hundreds of these amazing buildings are scattered around the world. Hello there, and today, we will take a look at 10 buildings that are awe-inspiring. Chartres Cathedral. 55 miles southwest of Paris, the ancient city of Chartres is located, which is famous for an architectural monument of special historical value. We are talking about the Cathedral of Our Lady of Chartres, which from the beginning of the 13th century has been preserved almost unchanged, having survived the turbulent upheavals that have occurred in these places over many centuries. The shape of the Chartres Cathedral is a Latin cross whose base is about 400 feet long. A transverse transept, which is 200 feet long and 150 feet wide, is the shape of the cross. Each of the building facades is equipped with 3 portals, which are richly decorated in sculptural groups of the early Gothic era. From the inside, the Chartres Cathedral looks no less amazing than from the outside. The famous labyrinth, located in the central part of the temple and representing a unique pattern made of multicolored stone, is very popular with visitors to the cathedral. Located on a high hill, Chartres Cathedral is perfectly visible from all sides, majestically floating in the haze above the city. Blue Mosque. This building is rightfully considered one of the most famous structures not only in Istanbul, but throughout Turkey. This is a truly unique building with historical and architectural value. Looking at the magnificence of this attraction, you involuntarily think about the skill of those who erected such a masterpiece without the modern technology available to us today. The Blue Mosque was built by order of Sultan Ahmed I and named after him, Sultan Ahmed Mosque. The work began in 1609 and was completed only 7 years later in 1616, a year before the death of the Sultan. Later, Europeans just called it the Blue Mosque because in the decor they used ceramics painted with blue and white colors. The interior of the semi-domes and the large dome of the mosque was also decorated with blue patterns. Thanks to the combination of these details and the light falling from 260 windows, the interior of the mosque is painted in blue. The central dome, 140 meters high and 77 feet in diameter, is supported by 4 powerful columns. A special decoration of the mosque is mihrab, a prayer niche carved from a single piece of marble. It also contains a unique black stone, specially brought from Mecca. Blue Mosque is a real pearl of Istanbul, unearthly beautiful, surprisingly sophisticated, and unique. Masjid al-Haram Mosque, Holy Kaaba. In a small valley among the mountains of Saudi Arabia, in the Holy of Holies of Islam, the city of Mecca, and in it, the Masjid al-Haram Mosque. In the city of the complex of this mosque, a unique building in its historic value is located, the Kaaba. This is a relatively small cubic building in the heart of the most visited mosque in the world, shrouded in black silk with gold inscriptions, and with it a long history. Several times the Kaaba building had to be restored after natural disasters or human destruction. Today, the Kaaba is just over 42 feet high, 11 feet long, and nearly 42 feet wide. According to legend, the history of the construction of this building dates back to the first person on earth, Adam, to the prophet Abraham, who at one time restored the lost temple, and the prophet Muhammad. During his life, the Kaaba became the very point on the world map in the direction of which more than 1/2 billion people all over the planet perform daily prayers to God. Potala Palace. The highest mountain ancient castle is located in Lhasa, in the Tibet Autonomous region of China, on a high hill towering above the city at an altitude of about 12,000 feet above sea level. This huge Budapest temple complex has long served as the main residence of the Dalai Lama. Now this sacred palace for Buddhists attracts thousands of pilgrims and tourists. The construction of the existing palace began in 1645, during the reign of the 5th Dalai Lama. After 3 years, the white Potala Palace was completed. The red palace was completed between 1690 and 1694. Over 7,000 workers, 1,500 artists, and craftsmen were involved in its construction. There is also a statue of Potala, the most respected artifact that attracts thousands of tourists. It is completely plated with gold leaf with a total weight of 1,200 pounds and encrusted with tens of thousands of precious stones. Perched on the Marpa Ri Hill in the Lhasa Valley, the Potala Palace rises 550 feet above the city and is the largest monumental structure in all of Tibet. Cologne Cathedral. This masterpiece of architecture can be called a monument to all of humanity because its construction, which began in 1248, continues today and will probably not be completed soon, if at all. There is an ancient legend associated with the Cologne Cathedral, which predicts that when the cathedral is finally built, the world will end. Believe it or not, however, the construction and reconstruction of the Cologne Cathedral continues to this day, in the age of technological progress, in which there is no place for speculation, riddles, hoaxes, and legends. Officially, the construction of the cathedral was completed in 1880. Everything is impressive in it. The scale, the majestic Gothic architecture, the most valuable Christian relics, and the history of its construction. The characteristic strict silhouette of the building has become a symbol of Cologne. A wide facade, towers directed towards the clouds, glimmers of the sun on dark stone, and magnificent stained glass windows. All of this will remain in the memory of every person who has at least seen this magnificent structure. Sheikh Zayed Mosque. This majestic mosque is a prime example of modern Islamic architecture and the most popular attraction of the United Arab Emirates. The construction of this religious building located in Abu Dhabi was completed in 2007, and a year later, the country's Minister of Tourism announced that the entrance to the mosque will be open not only to Muslims, but also to everyone. This monument, with an area of 5 football fields with walls encrusted with gems and gold, is named in memory of a man who combined the poor lands of the Bedouins into one country, which became the richest on the planet. Free tours of the mosque, where guides talk about the history of Islam, architectural features, and the construction of this building, which lasted more than 10 years, are held daily, except for the time of ritual prayers. In the evenings, when the backlight is turned on, the amazing beautiful domes and minarets are reflected in the water and create an atmosphere of true magic. Khan Satir. This is a bright landmark of modern architecture in the capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. Nothing more than a huge shopping and entertainment center. This grandiose building has the title of the largest tent in the world. The spire height is 490 feet, and the total area is 35 acres. Opened in 2010, Khan Satir is a spire on which, thanks to structured steel cables, a transparent polymer web is held. The special chemical composition of the coating protects the space of the tent from temperature extremes and helps to maintain a special microclimate in it. Thanks to these and other technologies, Khan Satir entered the top 10 eco-friendly buildings in the world. A variety of shopping and entertainment venues are located under the dome of the tent. Company shops, a supermarket, company offices, cafes and restaurants, playgrounds, cinemas, and a unique water park with an artificial beach. In addition to all this, you can ride the tent on a roller coaster that covers most of Khan Satir. Neuschwanstein Castle. Near the town of Füssen, in the southwestern part of Bavaria, not far from the Austrian border, there sits the majestic Neuschwanstein Castle, translated to literally mean New Swan Stone Cliff. As if hovering over the impregnable mountains, It fascinates from the first second you take a look at it. Often, due to its high location, the castle is shrouded in alpine fog. At certain times during the day, it seems like it is floating in the void. Neuschwanstein Castle is the result of the romantic fantasy of the monarch Ludwig II. It was he who in 1869 commissioned to lower the cliffs to 26 feet of the plateau in order to create this nightly miracle of architecture in medieval style. The construction of the castle took a record sum for those times, 6 million gold marks. By the way, immediately after the death of Ludwig II, the castle was opened for visitors in order to somehow recoup the construction cost. The area where Neuschwanstein is located looks as fabulous as the castle itself. From the windows and from the platform in front of the entrance to it, an unforgettable view of the magnificent landscapes of Upper Bavaria. And that's all for today. What other beautiful buildings do you know of? Write about it in the comments. And don't forget to put like if you like this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.